get it started. The great John Fury joining me today. Of course, a lot of good stuff happening for your family at the moment. It looks like obviously Tommy fights in a couple of days, and then Tyson is setting up for either
Mm.
Wilder or Usyk. Tell me, there must be a great buzz around the Fury family at the moment.
We're used to it, young man. It's a fight game. We lived and breathed it all our life. We do nothing else. So, yeah, if it gets you excited, it gets you excited. But it's a job of work to us. But it's a good buzz. The fight game's always enthralled us with happiness and spared us on to another day. And that's what we do, innit? We love it. Nothing else we do. We thrive on it.
Do you enjoy going to like Dubai, Saudi Arabia, places like that, or would you prefer to do these things in the UK?
Listen, I'm not bothered. I'm having an Indian summer. I'm closer to 60 than 50. And, for me to go to a great country like Saudi Arabia, I'm honoured. I'm just so glad those people have permitted me to go there with my family and put on a great show for them. And we're not going to disappoint. We're going to show them all the respect in the world. They deserve it. They're a great nation. I love what they do out there. So at the end of the day, I'm honoured to be even setting foot in that great country. Never mind box there. So we're going to give them a good show. Yeah.
To have Tommy, you've talked in the past about how with Tyson, there was other coaches around, there were other things. Tommy is very much your fighter that you have built from when
my son. I've got him where he is today. I've trained him from being a kid, 4-year-old. There's nobody had hands on him, never. Just me. I've had help a little bit. I've got help now. I've got 2 fine helpers in Bob Howard and Alex Bianco. In Bolton, they've been great assets. But it's just been me and Tommy. Tommy. I manage him, guide him. Make the fights for him. What he does, is what I say. But when he's out the ring, he's his own man. But in the boxing world, he turns to me for everything. Really, I've not let him down so far. I've done a good job for him. And I'm free. I don't take any. He doesn't have to pay me for my services. He's my son. I'm not interested in money. I've got no money. Don't want any money. It brings badness and bad news and corruption. So I'll keep out of that side of it. If they want to go on and earn plenty of money, which they deserve it, the fighting men, but it's not for me. I get my pleasure and my, let's just say, happiness out of them winning and succeeding and being the father. How many men can sit here as a father and say, I've got 2 superstar sons? Not 1, 2. Because when he destroys Jake Paul in a minute, he's going to be a very, very big man on the 27th, isn't he? February. So at the end of the day, I'm so happy. Money can't buy what I have. Keep the money, keep the accolades, keep the fame. Those boys, they've set the world on fire for me and always will do. And I've got the back all the way, 1,000,000% until I draw my last breath.
For your son to headline such a massive pay-per-view at this point in his career, he's only 23 years old, going to another country. He's already had his US debut. He won that one. Now he's going to Saudi Arabia, headlining BT Sport pay-per-view, the kind of thing that took Tyson years to get done. I mean, you had a career yourself, your family, all fighters. To get to this point so quickly must be another proud thing for you.
It is, because my boxing career, it was just an hobby for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just turned up to fight, had bagged world travel, didn't care who I fought, what I was doing, as long as I got paid. I had to put food on the table, I had to look after kids. It was a way of paying bills for me. But I still, with what I had, did quite well. I got to number 3 in Britain. I got to number 5 in Europe at one stage. And I fought some good men. I beat the Italian heavyweight champion. I went 10 rounds a few times, but from doing no training at all, no dietitians, nothing. Just what I did. Manual labour and a visit to the gym maybe twice a week. And sometimes if I was busy, I didn't show up at all. So my training, you could put it in a cat, couldn't you? And forget about it. But I still give them a hard time. I still won more than there was only world-class men beat me. At the end of the day, Yaka one day, come out of training camp for 3 months. I just flew back from Germany for time, I got to fight him. I hadn't been near the gym for 18 months. And I should take fights on 2 days' notice. 3 days, not a week, or something like that, Because I had a boxing manager, they'll throw you in anybody. But I seen it as a way to earn a few quid. I wasn't bothered about getting beat up. Been beat up all my life. So it doesn't bother me. And I enjoyed every minute of it. Would I change it? No. I got abused in the boxing world. I got underpaid. I was only getting 180 quid. Well, I made about 4 grand out of 14 pro fights.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's certainly no 2.5 million.
I never had any sparring, nothing, no technical work. What could you do? It was just what it was. And the only time I learned anything is when I went to Liverpool under Franny Hands.
Yeah.
I went to Liverpool under Franny Hands and he learnt me a lot in a short time. But I was too busy doing other things. There was no money in the fight game. And then I had a family to rear, homes to build, and boxing got put on the back burner. He used to ring me phone and get up and do my job. And that was it. Get me money and go home and spend it on a week's bills or something. But these boys now have excelled it. All that had to take place to bring us to where we are today with these young men. But I learned a lot as well. I learned about all the corruption. Never trust anybody to do with boxing.
Yeah.
That's no respect to nobody, but that's the way it is. I'm truthful. But, that's what I'm here for.
Hey, Tyson's finding that out over the last couple of days, isn't he?
I'll pit my wits against any of them.
Tyson is finding out not to trust anyone over the last few days. Things are changing so drastically.
You've heard the saying, you've heard ducks fart before. This is what they do. I've heard ducks fart all my life. And that's what it is, ducks farting. Honestly.
I talked to Tommy yesterday, and he said that there is no real bad blood with Jake Paul, that Tommy's an athlete, and that Jake is just some guy who's a little bit annoying, but really he's just another opponent that he's fighting. But it does seem that when you're in the room with him, you too, not just Tommy, when both of you are in the room with Jake, there is something there. It seems like he does bring out the aggressive side of you guys.
No, it's not about that. But when we see other people like that, we turn into fight mode. I still turn to fight mode. I've been fighting all my life, on the streets, out the streets. And when anybody talks loud to me or tries to be clever, I go in a fight mode. That's what we do. But afterwards, the best man will win, even though I'm 100%, I'm 1,000,000% confident it's going to be Tommy. I'm sure they can be friends, can't they? They're only young lads doing the job. And Jake Paul's very good at his job, by the way. He's very good. But I'm having a game with him like he's having a game with me. Always remember that. I'm an old, experienced guy in this field. I like the kid. I like him and his brother. I like them all. I like all them YouTubers. They bring good stuff, don't they? And at the end of the day, I'm excited talking to them. You know what? Because old people like me can get good vibes off young people. And I love to see young people doing well in life. And that's what the Pauls have done. All them other YouTubers, the KSIs, everybody. I can name Salt Peppy. They're all great for the job, aren't they? Francis Ngannou. I love it. I love it. It gives me more of a thrill than conventional boxing. Because it's different, isn't it? And people like different, don't they?
When you've talked about this side of it. You do love that side of it, and the Americans are big on that side more than the Brits, I would say. They're more into it. Do you you had a couple of incidents with Tommy's last fight between when you popped the shirt in the ring. The jacket came off with Anthony Taylor at the press conference in London.
It does. Even though I've been on the cream cakes too long, never mind. It's die hard.
You do enjoy though, someone like Jake Paul and Anthony Taylor, someone like that to bring the atmosphere.
I mean them no harm, but listen, I am what I am. I get excited, it just gives me shockwaves right through me. And I get them adrenaline rushes where I just want to throw punches, and I'd fight anybody on the night on the drop of a hat. Even now, I'm 57 years old. I'm 58 this year, but I'll still have a row in the drop of the hat. You insult me, I'll punch you straight in the mouth. There and then, I won't talk to you, bang. So if somebody's prepared to insult me, make sure they try and hit me first. Because in a split second, it's on the chin, as old as I am.
So talk to me about this Tyson situation. It's coming out today that he may fight Usyk in April in Wembley, which would be ideal for you, right? I know that you like the Middle East, but being at home is perfect for these fights. Or it could be Wilder again. I'm sure you're thinking, please, no more of these shots from Wilder.
No more. I said in a previous interview, I'm worried about him fighting Wilder. I'm afraid of him killing Wilder. Because Wilder's got a cracked skull. His skull's cracked like an egg. And that kind of thing can't be repaired. And when Tyson hits him again, he could kill him. So I said, look, unless you want a funeral on your hands on the death of Deontay Wilder, keep from him. You beat him 3 times. You massacred him every time. You beat him when you just lost 8 stone and been out the ring for 5 years. So he poses no threat. The only danger he poses is Tyson killing him. And that danger and smoke we don't want. Let him go and faff about with these men. He can hit once and lay on the floor. Let him carry on him. He's no good to Tyson. And I don't want to go to my grave knowing that my son's killed somebody in the ring. I just don't want to do that. And he will kill Deontay Wilder. That's the top and the end of it. Because I don't even think Wilder should still be boxing. Because you look at it, every time Tyson caught him up the side of the head, it was all over. You can't. He's a pressure cooker waiting to explode him. He'll get it the wrong way and he won't come to Wilder. If I was Deontay Wilder, I'd seriously think about retiring with his health intact. He's made millions of dollars. Why risk it? The Gypsy King will kill him stone dead next time. And I don't want that. I don't want it. I want the best man to win, go home healthy to the family, and do what's right. It's a sport at the end of the day. Even though I love it, I want to knock people out. That's what we train to do. But knocking out and permanent injury is another matter. I wish that on no athlete. None. I've got kids. I love them all. And what I wouldn't like to happen to mine, I definitely wouldn't want it to happen to other people. And what's good for the goose is better for the gander, isn't it? You've got to be reasonable and right. I don't want any permanent injuries at all. And that's all I see with Deontay Wilder is a permanent injury, if not death. So that's my opinion anyway. So there's plenty of other people in the world to fight, isn't there? He's beaten 3 times. What more has he got to do? What does people want to see that for again? Killed or a chance of being killed? Because he's only got a punctured chance. And to be honest, Tyson's just too clever for him. Whatever he was going to do, he'd have done it 3 times before, wouldn't he, if he could? Yeah. He was in training camp for 12 months last time, and Tyson was in the worst possible shape of his life. In Wilder 3, he had 3 weeks training and spent a month on a hospital floor with his baby daughter. What died? She died twice. He's in no shape to fight at all in Deontay Wilder 3, Tyson 3. But Tyson did the demolition job again on him. So we forget about it.
What about Usyk? What do you think about him right now?
Usyk is too small. He's just too small. He's a great little boxer, but big guys, Tyson size, coming in the ring nearly 20 stone, 6'9", and I've seen him wrestling and handling 18 and 20 stone men and pushing them around. Usyk can't deal with him. Usyk, his legs will be gone in 3 or 4 rounds. We're messing with Tyson. Physical exhaustion. That's what Tyson's operate on him with. And Tyson's a clever guy. What you see, he does on the night what will suit his opponent. And he'll do what will suit Usyk. It won't be good. It won't be pretty to watch. But again, the Gypsy King will prevail. Gypsy King will prevail. There's no one out there can beat Tyson at the minute. No one. I haven't seen him. And if I did, I'd say it. I'd say, okay, there's a fella coming along. I think he's going to be the next world champion. I think my son might have a problem. I don't see that. Don't see it at all. I'm truthful. If I did, I'd say it.
That's what Emmanuel Stewart famously told Vladimir Klitschko. Eventually, you're going to have to face this Tyson Fury. And he didn't like to hear that, and that's what happened.
Well, if the world was writing Tyson off from the first day term pro, he wouldn't even win a British title. He's not this. He can't punch. He can't do this. Look where he's at now. Tommy's getting the same treatment. But what I say, after these events, when all those so-called experts have said that Usyk's going to win, Jake Paul's going to beat Tommy, I want every national TV network who puts boxing on screen to sack those men for incompetence, for letting the heart and jealousy rule their head. They're jealous people. I've never seen nothing like them. All these people that's meant to know about boxing are an absolute living joke. What it is, it's a green-eyed monster. They're jealous to death of the Furies, what they've achieved. And we stand alone. We're on our own. We've took on the world of boxing by ourselves and conquered it. Conquered it. Unbeaten in 15 years nearly. For all comers and goers. The heavyweight king of the world. Not will be beat, can't be beat. You got Tommy coming through. At the end of the day, this is just what it is. It's an holiday and a decent payday, but it's an easy fight for Tommy. We're looking at big honours for Tommy. I'm looking at Tommy winning world titles in the future. And when I get him going proper, because Tommy should be out at least 4 times a year. But greedy promoters, they don't want to pay him what he's worth. Same with Tyson. That's what the delay is here. With Tyson, they won't pay him what he's worth. They want him for nothing. They want to make the money. They want the lion's share and give Tyson the small end. But that ain't going to wash with us. It ain't washing. It's the Fury's way or the highway. We bow down to no one because we are the kings of the ring at the minute. Today, we are the kings of the ring. Tyson Fury's the king of the ring. Tommy will come through. You can't say what's going to happen with Tommy in the future. What you can say, he's going to give them all a run for the money. All those ones that think Tommy can't fight are going to be in with a shock. You can ask his sparring partners. We've had visits to the hospitals. We've had injuries, concussions. We had everything up to this lead for Jake Paul. I'm not off Tommy. Tommy's never had a black eye. Tommy's not even he's not had a glove graze and had over 100 rounds of sparring. Tommy's good, but he's never had the chance to showcase his stuff because he's not been out enough. He's had 8 fights in 5 years. Come on, it's a joke. Because you know why? They didn't want to pay him what he was worth. But all those people's gone now. They're gone. We don't need them. We're past that level.
He is certainly getting paid very, very well for this fight.
Absolutely. Well, he should be. Well, he should be. He's not getting paid as well as Jake Paul, but we're happy. You know, we're happy. We thank Jake and his team and the Saudis putting us on.
I wanted to ask about you personally. Congratulations, you are a grandfather yet again, another time over with Bambi. Have you been to see her yet? And what is your feeling towards this beautiful baby girl that Tommy and Molly have brought into the world?
I'm absolutely thrilled to pieces. You know, I've got 20 grandkids, love them all. The more the merrier. You know, and what's the world about if it's not about little children? You know, and she's a beautiful baby. Molly's probably the best thing that's ever happened to Tommy. You know, to get them great together. Their lives are so good. And they're getting better and better all the time. And with the addition of the little Bambi, the baby, sky's the limit. Tommy's on fire. He's on fire in the ring. He's on fire at home. And his home life's lovely. It's great. And his boxing career is even better at the minute. And I'm saying something. He's got a great home life. He's got a good woman. He's a father now. Tommy's a different animal today. Different animal. He's got responsibilities. He's grown up a lot, Tommy. In his last few years now, you know, he's gone from a boy to a man. And his mindset's different. And you'll see on the 26th what boys to men can do. You know, and I'm so proud of it all. 20 grandkids I've got.
Amazing. Amazing. I want to let you go now. I've taken up
more coming.
Sorry?
More coming.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure. I think I wanted to ask once about, before we go, someone who I just personally have an interest in, Bartley Gorman. How do you think, if he were around in this era today, how do you think what would he make of all of this Jake Paul, Tyson, all of this stuff? And how do you think he would compete at this level?
Let me tell you something. First and foremost, I would give my left nut if Bartley could see what's going on today. Because believe me, he'd have smashed the internet to pieces, Bartley Gorman, if he'd been around today. You know, I'd have loved him to have seen what's going on. But, you know, he is watching it all. He don't miss nothing because I believe there's life after death. You know, but I believe in me, Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It's all down to him. Bartley's in heaven with him and he's watching all of this. You know, but Bartley, what could I say? He'd have drove me mad. But I tell you what, we'd have had some pints of beer or have been crying tears of joy all the way. He's sadly missed, along with a lot of great others. My poor father, my two brothers. You know, my brother Huey, let's give him a great mention here. He made Tyson what he was. He moulded Tyson, my brother Huey. He moulded him.
Absolutely. Well, look, I look forward to seeing you in Saudi in a couple of weeks. And
that's great.
I appreciate your time very much.
Listen, great stuff, mate. All the best to Ireland as well.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant.